Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Fresmal, and today we're back with some more SpellRogue. We managed to do our Descent 9 in the last one with Hazel, which was really good run. I said if you like me playing stupid builds with like sticks and stuff like that, go watch it. It was really interesting, and I kind of just had a really good time in the end with it, surprisingly. You know, most of the time I end up trying like meme builds and stuff like that. Stuff never ends up working out. So today we're back. We're going to try and do it with our Lapis build. And we're going to do the usual stuff. We're going to start with the best artifact in the... one of the best talismans in the game, I believe. And then we're going to go and start with this. We're going to go for the standard setup and see how well we can do. So pretty much all basic bod standard with Lapis. Enemies start with 2 power per boss defeated. That seems like very dangerous. Reduce damage to enemies to 14. Now we had this last time and I wasn't like, it was still pretty good, but I wasn't happy about it. On X rolled, take damage. Ooh, that seems really terrible. Into turn 5, take 30 damage. There is a way we could block that, or we could kill things before that happens. But I think we got adaptation. It might ruin me, and we'll take the gold. Could pay gold, but don't see the point in doing that. I think that's the best way for now, and then we'll just have to deal with the problem that will cause later. We have a double elite path, which I will take, and we're going to jump straight down that. I do miss out a shop. I do like my early shops now. I've noticed that early shops are really good, and you really should start like kind of forcing them to happen as much as possible. Now here, I should technically defend for like enough and kill this off if we can. So 2 5s. So we could go for this one instead. But no, we can still like kill the middle one off and then fully defend. The main reason for that is the weakness. I wasn't a fan of it, like applying it, and the same with this one now again. If I can get like a 5 or a 6 on this, we can do 9, so I could kill that off then. That way I don't need to defend. And we gotta hope get 2 5s or a 4. 2 6s will do instead. A clean first fight, gotta love it. But yeah, I was quite surprised with the some power gain. That could be pretty interesting. Rainfall we've had interesting results with as well in the past, and with sort of the way our builds end up going, it's not a bad idea to pick that up. I have applied with Crush. Now, the one thing I gotta remember is, oh no, we do have a shop, so we do have a shop on the way, so we want to just take whatever we can do. In this case, I might just go for the overchill. Like, having some decent defense early is going to be more important than getting this and not triggering anything, although it could be good combo potential. And this, I think, is just too expensive for now. Even if it does deal a lot of damage. So, yeah, overchill it is. To the event, see what we get. Dark Dreams, I'm not happy about. I could lose that to gain the temporal plating, which whenever gaining block, we gain 1 delay block. We're just going to choose to gain a common void spell. And what we have here is Edge of Insanity, which is a lot of damage for the end of a turn. The Omniscience, which is actually pretty good foresight gain, although it does give you a Vex die, which pretty much is just next turn roll a 1. Or we have Amalgamate, which can be quite useful in gaining defense and doing some chip damage. I'm going to take Amalgamate. I think it has a lot more flexibility and good potential, plus also helps us out. We'll take the Shard. Now, as we already have the Amalgamate anyway, I'm thinking of just giving it the offense option. Because I think that is just a good idea. Now my question with that is because I bought the offensive option for the Amalgamate, is the Amalgamate now an attack spell or is it still a defense spell in its classification? These minute details are very important to me, and I like to know. We'll roll this anyway first, get as much damage out as possible on that front guy. Oh, never mind. Oh well. I have lots of 6s, which I can't actually use. Give me that defense there then and deal damage. We got this for the malediction debuff if we ever get that, or any other debuff similar to it. So that's something we can play around. 6, now I want a 4. There we go, we got a 4. There we go, because essentially that's what I wanted, it's just to basically take something out. This is the issue now, is like everything I need for defense has to be 5. Which doesn't really work. A 3, a 2, a 6. Can't do any more than that. So we deal damage, deal damage, and I could put it in there for like next turn, make it a little easier to cast stuff. Funny game, funny. How did I know it was going to do that? It's like I know this game sometimes and how much it wants to kind of like just annoy and get it in my way. I'll do the 7 damage first, see where that goes. Cool, make sure defending against this. Got 8 here. Brilliant. That's all I needed to, is not a 1. That was a good... Bit of a gamble there, bit of a gamble. Probably didn't need it. Now what do we gain here? Rising Torrent. Or we can gain Encase Azure, which does give me the ability to hold on to die for next turn for other uses as well. Kind of slightly better than this. But this gives me the ability to go more offensive with my cast, which actually works better out for me. And then we'll go this. So we still keep the defense, get rid of the Ice Spear, just because this now means I can put any attacks thing in there. Now I could reroll random. No. Put 1 in there for that. No, I think if a 4, apply 2 poison to random enemy. Or increase that. Actually, both of those are terrible buffs. I think we just go that and get the Icicle Sphere back in for no reason other than the fact I can. Now we want something pretty decent for defense options. Submerge is not bad. Ooh, Duplicate. It's kind of interesting. Poison Fling is kind of whatever, really, I think. Submerge is interesting. This I'm not too sure on, just because of the fact that I've got to be able to cast it immediately, in my opinion. I think the Prescience is pretty good. The Prescience, we'll take that. And I think we take that out for that, just because of the fact it does give me extra die for roll 6s, which I can kind of force a little bit. Now, I think we sell that just to get an artifact here. Keeping 10 block between rounds is pretty useful, but this is just damage scaling on a stick as well. Which I technically don't have just yet. But 10 block is pretty useful. But it's all enemies, I take that. Good old Carl. Remember Carl? I remember Carl. It's just because he chips the opponents down, it's so useful, and I can't really say no to it. Sometimes I laugh, other times I cry. Lots of 6s, so I guess we'll just use this immediately then. Try and figure out how to defend. I will admit, is that just like consistently rolling 6s because it can more than anything else, or am I just like getting like really unlucky? Someone let me know, because I'm really confused by it. Right? Oh, this actually makes a 6, so we can do that first. Chuck that in there. And then like 3 3s to deal damage. And that gets kill. Cool. Nothing to worry about. We're all good. We're all good. Let's see what spell we get. Ooh, Glaciate. I think that's actually one we probably do need. It is slightly better than the rest. Take the shard. Admittedly, all my armor gain and stuff is like 5 or less, which is not a good sign, but we'll just have to deal with that. I mean, Glaciate works is the fact that we can like keep 10 armor at the end of turns and stuff, so that's kind of like the bonus there, and why I'm kind of like using it as such. We can generate a 6 with this, with the Amalgamate, so we'll do that immediately. We're fully defended anyway, so don't need to worry about anything else. So, yeah, I guess we'll slowly try and chip at this guy. No, and then we'll do the big damage to this guy. Because, like, I'm going to have issues hitting this one later anyway with the Emulate on it. And defending and stuff, so might as well be smart about it. Grab the 6, put that in there. This guy dies to that. We can just defend with like one of these, so do that, gain power. Cool. That 6 can go in there. I don't want to generate other than something I can actually cast. 5 can go in there then, I guess. No, 3 is good enough. Because I can gain armor still this way. And we gain Glaciate from that, so yeah, the delay block. We got the 6 already, we don't need to generate any more. We've got the 5, the 4, so I guess we'll just do the 3 damage. Do 5. Generate the Glaciate we already got. Put that 3 in there and get the kill. We're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. Drench last spell was increased. Kind of interesting. Not really though. Mana Reservoir is kind of something that I don't mind, but it's gaining the Hailstorm is a bit of an issue at the moment. We don't really have that. I might actually reroll these. I mean, Frozen Shield works really well with the Rising Torrent, though. No. Yeah, I think that is actually the first time I think I'm actually going to take Frozen Shield, because of the fact that I'm finding it difficult to cast stuff. I have dice already waiting to go. Do we take healing in this fight? Nah, we go for spells every single time. Okay. This can cast 4 times, which gives me 4 damage repeatedly. This is 4 by itself. I cast it 3 times, so it's already down DPS, but I don't keep getting the same scaling. So Glacier's Fate isn't as good as the other one, even with this upgrade. Because it's not even easier to cast either, right? The only thing is, if I had other attacks, it works really well with the Rising Torrent, because of the way that the scaling would work. Frost Ray is kind of irrelevant, although, you know, re-rolling a die is kind of nice. I think we just re-roll these. Plunge is interesting, because I do gain armor other ways. And that's good setup as well. Technically it's better than Overchill because of that. And then we have like Glaciate to do the main thing. And then once we do, we can have start off with that. Then the Frozen Shield. Amalgamate also pretty good to set up these as well. So yeah, I guess that's what we'll do. I think we're in like a pretty good spot. I think we're in a pretty good spot. Now my issue... like, this just gives me so much defense, although I want to upgrade it anyway. That gives me good defense as well. Got enough, really, to save myself from doing anything else, but we could just make sure. Oh, we start doing a bit of chip damage. A bit of damage is always worth it. Gotta love Carl's memory. It's going to work wonders in this fight. Okay. So, I guess we'll do this and this. Set up the next turn. Now I have technically enough threes to kind of chip away. I do still want to trigger this if I can, so that's what I'll do. I can just like attempt to kill this off to make sure we have it done. Just so he doesn't get like 24 armor or something. Because that'd be, you know, hard to deal with. So here we just do 6 to something. Then set that up. I've already got 8 armor, which is actually still quite a lot. Do this and this. And then a bit of shit damage. Oh yeah, I forget, like with this, it also applies to Carl's memory. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I should be using the frozen shield more. Yes. See, these are the things that you must think about while making decisions. Just will set that up immediately just so we're fully defended, and then make sure the broken doesn't go off. That thing's now dead to Carl's memory. Good old Carl. Carl's memory really saves my backside quite a lot of the time, you know. What I love is I can do this, I still have the same back anyway, so we still set the frozen shield. And I need to still defend though. That doesn't give enough, so I guess we're rolling. That does though. And I think we're done. Yeah, this does so much damage, like, on the output. Maybe Frozen Shield is a little bit awkward to cast, I guess. You mean we could say. Whispering Sea is kind of interesting. I like this just because of the fact that it works really interestingly, right? The fact that this is probably the only morph spell I would think is actually pretty good, right? Because you can use it and then use it again to get a good amount of defense as well. It gives you flexibility of actually like doing it on all creatures and stuff, and then morphs it to use it again. That's kind of interesting. I think we can get better ones than this, so I am going to reroll. We're not doing this. Power gain could be pretty useful. Or Rhyme Hail. Personally, I think being able to get lots of power gain could be pretty good with Depths of Power as an upgrade as well, getting it just so we can use it every single turn. We'll see what things we get. Cast leftmost spell every even turn. Ether Die, we only already have like a few countdown stuff, although it is still pretty good. What we got here, Rhyme Hail, auto cast, so we could also cast this pretty much every other turn, which is ideal really, because that's exactly when I can cast it. So we have some form of power scaling. I think that's pretty good. We don't have the die then, but I think that works fine. The leftmost spell, so that goes there, that goes there. I think the frozen shield comes out now because of that. And then we keep the prescience, the prescience in. I keep calling it prescience to my people, now it's become a normal habit. Oh, it's such a nightmare thing I do. You do it because it, you know, it annoys everybody, and then like that's probably a good idea. I'll pay the 50 gold here. Or do we want to? Each turn, actually that's probably fine, and then we gain this as well. And that, and I gain a potion as well. And keep my gold. Yeah, that's a great idea. Sounds like a great idea. So, I could change that, but it doesn't make a difference. I'm auto-casting it anyway, and it gets the... it will just be auto-cast when I need to, so I don't need to worry about it, essentially, is the thing. I need to make sure I have enough defense when I need the defense, so... I could go with power scaling on this as well, actually. That could be pretty interesting. But I think we need to get the defense immediately, so we can go for this and get that for the delay on it. We do have a double elite fight I guess we can go to with a shop, so let's do it. Do we take the hit here for the gold, or do we pay for the potions? We already got enough potions, right? Yeah, I think we just leave. Actually, no, we could get the artifacts, so let's do that. Let's go by Aqua Fortis. Give me artifacts. What do we get? Tenacity shield. This will probably mean the amalgamate can probably come out and we just go full on defense. I am going to take the Everguard, I think, here. So, although Amalgamate is pretty good, it's now a liability, I think, because I can cast it. No, I still need it to fix this out, although I do want to get rid of the, Ooh, it's a bit of a hard decision, but no, I still think I need it. Okay. But we're fine anyway, we're fine. We just gotta make sure that we're smart with the Everguard. So, 4 spells will give me block. That is it. An instant put that on there, that's hilarious. We can already cast this, so we'll do it. I think we do this to gain as much as we can. And we gain this because we can gain like a good amount of block from it. We use 2 spells to gain block. So I think we do this to gain as much as possible, and we take a bit of chip. Really? So that 6 goes there then. We do this and this. Gain 4 block. We can gain 8 from this now. Set that up to gain more block. I'm just gonna roll that, like, see what happens as well. Okay, so the cool thing is the delayed block actually only counts as 1 application, right? Just start, yeah, gain block at the start next turn. I don't know if I gained it. I do not know if I gained it. But now what I'm thinking is yeah, this triggers every time this does. So yeah, I don't even need to cast it anymore. Okay. So let's start off with the usual thing that ends up happening, right? Is if I gain this, 3, 6, and a 4, yeah? Cool. I can gain block once more, so we'll do it this way. So I got 16. I'm at 35. Nothing else bad can happen. Let's attack them. Do I go to 45? Or no, 50 something. 51. I do, and it doesn't count on this. Oh, that is so good. Okay. I don't know if that's a bug or stuff like that, but it's not counting it as a gain. So, like, that's sort of thing I was worried about when that would happen, right? Is the fact that it would count it as a gain and then I would have an issue. By the looks of it, it's not counting it, so... Seems pretty good. And Carl's me chips around. I'm slowly getting power from this, which happens precisely at the right time every single time. On that, do that there, do that there, do that one there, do that there. Just because the delay block is so much more useful, it's just kind of funny, right? We are giving like every second turn someone gains like massive amount of block, but I don't really care because like I'll scale that anyway. So that was a pretty good fight, I must say. This seems pretty interesting. Akashic Aqua. This dealing damage to all enemies though is probably like the better payoff card. Although I would love the Akashic Aqua, Telerazora is so much better with the power gain that I currently have. That I think that's the better option. And it also means I get to keep the stuff in there, and we can upgrade it to do this rather than this, so we get like better die in there as well. We can like keep 6s and stuff and things like that as well, so far more interesting as a playstyle. But yeah, I've gotta love the weirdness that I come up with sometimes, you know? Oh, a 4. Delightful. Let's put that in there first. So we actually gain some block. We then do that. So we're not going to have any issues. Then I guess we'll roll this first. We get a 4. So we can do that and that. 6 and a 1. Put the 6 in there to get the full amount of defense of the turn. And put a 1 in there. And we do 3 damage to them apparently. So. Remove this affliction from me. So I don't have to worry about it. That's a 6. That's a 4. Roll. Put a 4 in there. That's a 6. So, I mean, it is worth doing that because I still gain a good amount of armor. Roll. Oh. Armor gain. No, I've got so many 1s. Well, it's not like it actually matters, to be honest, right? My only issue is, like, I can't cast that, but I can kind of force the cast anyway, and then I'm still good. So... and there we go. Yeah, I think with the armor gain that I have, like, I think the only thing I need then is just, like, go, like, a poison bill or something, and then we're pretty much settled. Like, I don't see why I would need to do anything else other than that. Put the 3 in there instead, actually. Like, Telerazora is pretty good as well. Like, I'm not going to, you know, deny its ability to do the cool stuff, because it can do some pretty interesting things. Plus then the fact that this also does a bit of chip damage as well is pretty nice. Carl's memory is scaling in the background. Like, we got a really good build on our hands. It's really, really good. The main fun thing, I think, is the fact that I'm slowly just chipping away at the enemy. That's just hilarious to me. And I actually have too many die as the Tetherazor, but flexibility is more important, right? Because there'll be turns where I can't cast what I want, so having the ability to kind of focus on like what I want to get is kind of important. That's a 4. Got 101 defense. Good thing we got rid of that malediction, otherwise that really probably would have hurt me quite badly. Put the one in there. Goes there, that goes there. There's a kill. Cool. Now, is there anything else that we can get that'll be very interesting? Yeah, that's kind of interesting in itself. Crashing Wave does the same thing that Tetherazor does, but in essence, we keep the die for it. This could have multiple uses, but don't really care about it. Whirlpool is kind of interesting, but do we have a shop? I think we have a shop, don't we? Yeah, we do have a shop coming up, so we'll take this just so we can sell it. Take that and that, because it's a good potion. Now, I think we put this here just to gain the extra power scaling from the prescience every time we use it. I think that is the like ultimate output. Any of these on here? The Chill Core is kind of interesting as mechanic. Some healing would be nice, but not. Oh, the early power boost could be useful. Lifesteal Potion is pretty good. I don't need this as a burst because I think we're just going to be a long game anyway. Yeah, so I guess Frozen Shield is now kind of gone. We'll get rid of that as well. We'll get rid of this. We have 100. I think we're already good on defense. We've got scaling already in our setup anyway. Dark Arts could be interesting to replace it, but I'm pretty happy with currently how we got, because Amalgamate does good things as well, and I don't think I need to like make the build any better except upgrading stuff, so yeah, I think we just take this. Return spells cast game Full Fury. When you apply poison, apply it to everything once more. Always get a potion after rewards. That's only 15 for Overchill, yeah. I don't have any potion synergies. This just gaining Fury is kind of irrelevant for me. I don't have poison being applied at the moment, so I'm going to reroll these, see what we get. Don't care about that. Start with a power. Every 10 get +2 to random spell. That could actually help me out. No, so I don't really need the defense and stuff, and it's not going to go on anything useful, so I think we just start with the power, maybe? No. Is deplete, flip, eat. To each turn, flip lowest die. I think we just take the power. Bit disappointed with that. I could have got so much better stuff. Well, I could have maybe gone for the other one. Haha. So this is the awkward one. This is the awkward one. I think we do this and this. We get a 6 and a 3. We can do that to gain armor and then do that as well. Actually, no, Carl's memory should still do stuff, so as long as I got a 1 in this, we should be still okay, right? Except if it's this guy. You know, it's that sense of worry of like, do I have enough DPS up to actually solve my problem here? Gotta love how useful the stuff I roll is. Good news is, like, when this does hit something, it's actually still, like, semi-useful, right? Admittedly, it becoming undying is a problem, but we can probably get past that. It's not completely awful. Isn't that 6 though, so I guess we can get more defense there. That go in there to come a 4, which we can set that up to give more defense, and that's another 6. But that is a 5. The main thing is, at least these are getting more and more power every time we have a turn, right?
Goody.
That's the only problem now, is like they're all like I don't know if they all die or not, so I've just got to try and keep defending in the most dumbest way possible. Cool. Ooh, I should die to roll. We'll take my reward, and then we don't really want this because we're not really doing it. Reality Ripple is interesting. Don't care about that because it's too small. Just reroll these, see what else we get. Engulf is interesting. That is not worth it, although it's kind of, yeah, I guess I'll take it just because it sells well. Next up, allowing anything to go in here I think is pretty good, or do we just increase my defense? Increase the defense. I don't have enough money for that, so we'll go into the artifact. Block gain a fury every 3 countdown spells, which we have 1 of them. And then for every 4 attack spells, cast each turn, gain a power. We don't do that either, so Frostveil it is. We gain some defense, so let's do that. We can heal. We can gain proliferate. Yeah? Like, sorry, Depths of Power, but I think you just got outclassed. Crushing Wave is interesting. Encase Azure. Nah, I don't need that either, really. I'll take the Crushing Wave, though. It has the flexibility to be, like, immediate rather than delayed. The only issue is I just don't get to keep the die around, so it's not as flexible. The other thing is I like having the proliferate, because the fact that that does mean that I could essentially force the cast of it. We'll use this potion immediately to do that. Right. And do that, and that gain 5. Put the proliferate down. We need to at least defend, so that goes in there. And then we'll roll this into a 4. Do it again. That's a 5. We have 5 as well, so do this and this. We gain defense. And then put another proliferate in. So now I gain 2 power a turn. And because it auto-casts at the start of the turn, I could auto-cast this now, but it's kind of pointless auto-casting that. We just need to keep a die in here at all times now. That's 5. Instant 2 5s. That goes there. Because that gives me extra now. It's just kind of nice. course it's a 6. I was like, what's it gonna be? I was like, yeah, it's gonna be a 6, isn't it? Is that not cast? Oh, I did cast. I was thinking, like, did I lose something there? No. But yeah, like once you get to a certain point, like this will just be scaling quicker anyway, because now I get 3 per turn rather than like 1.5, and this still triggering, so. There was method in the madness, as they say. Like for me, like it doesn't matter what's in this as long as something is in it. I think we've got a very interesting build. I think we should outscale stuff pretty well. Like defensively, I don't think there's like any issue in what we do. And I can't gain more defense anymore, so we don't need to worry about that, although we did get the chance to do it. So that goes there, that goes there. But I think there's an auto cast. First, do that there. Put the one in there. Check 6, roll a 1, roll a 3. Put that and that in there. That's that, put that there. This is a fun build. Doesn't really do very much, really, but it is a fun build nonetheless. Like, Fluctuate isn't really even needed in this build, I don't think. Because the way we can set stuff up, like, we can kind of really do all the things we need to do anyway. And the fact I do the damage consistently, like every single turn, and slowly keep gaining power, like I don't actually need to worry about anything else, so. Exactly what I wanted. I guess the only issue I got at the moment is the fact that in the whiteboards, the final gift keeps everything alive, but, like, I don't actually need to worry about it, so... could this build get any better? I guess it could do. There are some that would be slightly better. The Icicle Blade is kind of interesting, just because that's also, like, targetable power scaling as well, but I don't actually think I need it. Frost Mantle doesn't really work with the build because of the way that functions. Acclamation is interesting, but don't really care about that, so I guess we're rolling. The Hulberk is kind of the thing that could make or break the run, really. Right? So if I pick it up, I'm probably removing the plunge for it. But it makes it very difficult to cast. Right? But late game, it's going to be even better because it just makes everything else just slightly better on the cast. Or do we go for, like, the Incision builds, maybe? No, I think we've got to pick this up anyway because it's better defensively. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think we do it here, guys. Because this spells apply stuff. So that is the grow. I get 2 grow. I'll get 3 of the foresight on there. All these get +1 onto the defense, and that gets 2 power. This would gain 2 as well. Swapping it out for it, so it's even better to play this instead of that. Which means I can disenchant this immediately to get the +5 on this immediately, rather than the extra usage out of it. Yeah. We're doing it. Ether crest away. Lapis gets growth. Who would have thought? Every second turn, receive 5 damage. That seems absolutely fine. I think I can always work around that. Don't care. That's terrible. That's also pretty bad. When an enemy is killed, take 25 damage. I don't think it's ever happening to me. I could take 30 damage now to gain like 80 gold, but that seems quite a lot. So we'll just begin with this one, which I think I can deal with quite nicely. Yeah, bleed out will kill me, I think. Can't give my opponents power scaling. Even in the worst case scenarios. We can go a double elite fight if we wish. And we can get a shop on the way as well. Or a shop buff. No, we can't get the shop beforehand, so we'll do this one. Lose the Everguard to gain a ritual. No, that's terrible. Take 15 damage. Or receive dulling, which is whenever I cast an attack spell, reduce damage by 3 this turn. Well, this is the only attack spell I can cast multiple times, and I don't think that's I think that's absolutely fine to take that. I think this is kind of useful in the way the build works. Right? Or do we just go and give, like, Tether Resort more flexibility? No, I think we just do this. Proliferate getting the upgrade to basically give me more bonuses to the die I already have is going to be pretty good, especially with, like, the Tether Resort keeping stuff as well. Okay. We're going to use this to split this die immediately, so we can roll it. And we'll do this in again. I'm going to use this to go in here. And I could gain 7 here. If we want to. That's quite a lot of damage for the first turn. This is the fight I always hate the most as well. No, I can't really afford to do that. I gotta roll the 6. It's not the choice I want to make, it's the choice I have to make. This just sets up so I do deal damage to everything anyway, right? And I think that we just gain this armor here. And just hopefully try and survive and deal the damage to everything in the next few turns, like with lifesteal, just try and survive that way. So I think we drink the lifesteal potion here. And try and deal as much as possible. 2/2 those though, give me that in 10. Oh. Should read first, shouldn't I? See, that's the annoying part, is that happening. It's like 2 6s, really. Yeah, that's the other thing I need to work on is how else can I get the stuff I want? Thing is Total Book really does save me, I think, in late game as well. So I think we're good now. We're past the danger zone, as it were. We are past that. As I thought it was. I thought I was. There's 24. 31 damage. Cool. Good. Whew. Thank you. I had an AoE. Yeah, and I still mucked it up as well. I gotta remember that. I almost mucked that up still. I don't really care what these are at this point. I generally don't think there's anything I could do that would get me anything better. Still facing the elite though. I am not a coward. This fight is absolutely fine, I think. I think there's a good spot to do this. We don't get the good start that we wanted, but still, it's absolutely fine. We can do this. Do this and this, get the 6 to give you power. And you have to keep the 3 to at least start doing some chip damage consistently and holding onto a die. Like, that first turn is probably the worst turn for me, in most cases, right? But like, once we're past it, I think we're in a good spot anyway, and there's nothing else really like, it's gonna happen, right? I am fully defended, so I don't need to worry about anything else other than maybe doing something silly, but that's still pretty good for defense. And then put that one in there. Keep getting 3s, it's hilarious. It is 22 to label up though, right? It just defends by itself. And proliferate triggering is so good as well, I will admit that. I didn't realize how good that could be. We're just trying to set everything up. Indeed. Actually doing it this way gives me the 1. Soul detonations don't kill them. Oh, that's a problem. Did not realize that was going to be a problem. Yeah, that is kind of a terrible issue that I've got going on now. I basically gotta make sure I can kill this guy off first, this turn. Which happens. Cool. That's a funny mechanic thing that happened there. Ooh, Blizzard. Hilarious, but not needed, really. Icebound. Kind of does the same thing that I'm kind of doing at the moment. But doesn't really scale with the power and stuff. And Diminishing Blade. I like Diminishing Blade. It has really good flexibility for what you think it is. And this is giving it +2 charges as well, which is even better. And Decreased by 2 is irrelevant with the power scaling you end up having, so it hits twice. But I think we just take the Blizzard or we take Icebound. Let me just take Icebound for now. Like, it's more expensive on the lot, so... How do we take more damage? No, more flexibility in what we can do. And then just get rid of the Blizzard, or the Icebound for now. I don't need the Rain, because that doesn't really help out. To the event. Pay, lose Replenish to gain a Void spell. What does Replenish do? Nothing. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. Let's see what we can trade that for. Stellar Ward is kind of interesting. Reducing a countdown. Or no, actually the Stellar Ward, it sells for even more, so... Now, I'd either go to this shop and take this elite fight, or we go to this elite fight and get the guarantee on that. I think we go to the shop, just because we can get like 2 relics, maybe? Getting Cold Snap doesn't really work. Rime Hail, though. Rime Hail is pretty much the ultimate payoff card for what we want here. Right. It pretty much is like the ultimate payoff card. Like, although this is still pretty good, I think Fluctuate actually comes out of the build because of that. And we get Rime Hail to go in. And then Disenchant. Don't need this anymore. Crushing Wave isn't needed. I'm going to get rid of Fluctuate just to make sure. Turn 3 gain Hailstorm. No, I'll take the Enchanted Cloak for that first turn because we do have a particular issue for that first turn. And then I will take a Iron Skin Potion for that exact same reason. And the Poison Potion. Let's do this elite fight. Let's see what we can do. Of course it's this fight, of course. It wouldn't be any other fight than this one. This is going to set my defense up in a good way. I do want to start dealing damage to everything else, but it's just, yeah, it's irrelevant right now. This, as a potion, is fine to use, I think, for this particular fight. Put that and that in there. Do this and this again, get a 6 back. You can do that. And then Rime Hail something, maybe. No, this just goes in there and then we get the block for that. I think that was the better choice. Love the fact that 5s and 2s and stuff, like you can make the 6s and 1s with the Amalgamate pretty well. Hence why I was like, actually I can get away from Even then, I can get, like, the 3s as well for the exact same part of the process. Could cast this twice in the turn as well. That's the other benefit of it, kind of. So yeah, we got like this and this, so we can actually put like this in here and this in here. Get the 6 and the 1. Trigger the Hulber. Trigger that on there. Still get this triggered. Still put that in there. And then still do like 45 damage to this thing. And then gain like a stupid amount of block for the turn. Like once I'm set up, I don't think I can actually like lose. And because the proliferate keeps going on like twice more, like I again don't have an issue with them gaining life and stuff, right? I see this and this gives me the 3 and the 6. So I can do this. And then put both these in there. Oh, this is such a good run. Again, yeah, I don't care about any of these. I guess we'll take the Depths of Power back because it'll stop us getting it later. Doing this to a countdown is so much easier to cast, so that's where that goes. And I think, yeah, we've got a build on our hands, guys. We've got a build. So what happens when Lapis gets proliferate? Although we've got a really horrible start here. Yeah. I am not a fan. Ah, yeah, that took the thing, that's fine. I gotta try and get like 40 armor, and I'm like, how am I meant to do that? This is such a horrible fight. If I can try and focus on killing something off, that would probably be a good idea. I might actually have to use this potion on this thing to try and kill it down quickly as possible. Like, if I get a chance to burst this down, I should do it immediately. Can't actually do anything with that, so... Put the one in there just to deal damage to the other guy. Carry on. Okay. That should be enough to kill, and then that guy you can defend against. Cool. Okay, we survived it. We survived the danger. Sometimes it's the silly panic, you know? You're kind of like, okay, how do you get out of this scenario type thing? You're like, I don't really know how to get out of it. I just have to try to. And then it's like, oh, there we go. Finally. 17 times 3. Is that the kill? Yes, it is. $11 HP in a dream. We take the potion. Reroll doesn't matter. None of this matters. Take Wave Keeper though, because might as well. It's the most expensive. Here we take the healing, because that's a good idea too. And then we go into the boss battle. So, the AoE is pretty good. Once we power scale anyway up, we'll be set up anyway. And we're taking a fair amount of damage for that first turn. We rolled terribly as well, which is not great. So we're going to try and, like, work with this, I guess. Gotta love it when you roll terribly. Okay. Hmm. $17 damage to me. Getting this off could be important, just to make sure that they just don't get too much defense next turn. Okay, so I have enough dice now that I should be semi-okay. So let's start scaling that defense up. Scale the offense. Do that and that. Then kill this guy off. Get 16 back in the delay blocks, that's pretty good. A 5 and a 2. Gain that and that. That goes in there, that goes in there, that goes there. This I trigger on that guy. And that's the AoE. Okay. I think we're safe. I don't know if the Glacier is happening in a really weird way, but it kind of definitely is not. I don't think it's the intended way it's meant to happen, right? That and that in there. That goes there. We take that guy out for the minimum. Goes there. We don't have the delay block, so I guess we do just take the other guy out, is it? Not quite, so do damage to that thing instead. You know, it's the true fun of the game, right? You manage to basically get all the buff stuff that is just more interesting than anything else. And gain that there. That goes in there to deal damage. That does the one shot to something. To you, I guess, you're doing the most, so. I gotta love that this is like doing like actually quite a lot by itself. You know. That and that go in there. And the fact that because I'm gaining so much of the Holberg, we're actually outscaling a lot of the damage from this anyway. And gain XP armor from there. Yeah, like I still gain good amount of like the delay block because anything in here does quite a lot. It's such an interesting build that we got here, but it's very similar to like what you'd expect to get with Azar, in my opinion. Like the usual sort of builds that you end up playing with him. It's just like stacking defense, although like the Everguard is just really good. I mean, my favorite bit is the fact that I just laughed that we got a proliferate on this. And you're doing the most damage. Yes, I do know I do have the 180 for like the complete defense if we ever need it, so like triggering this 3 times something. Like I am not scared in any way, shape or form of what could happen. Okay, so we should get the kill next turn, right? Get aim 8 times 3. Not quite. He's got the... He got saved. I'm very disappointed with that. He got saved. Fine. Just using that almost one-shot that. That's hilarious. Give me the full defense there then. That goes on there. That can go on there as well. Okay. And then we just rhyme hail it. Don't need to worry about anything else. Full defense build. There we go. Man, never thought I'd go for a full scaling build on Descent 9 with Lapis. What's hilarious is the fact that I've had so many runs doing it with Sephara, it made it really, really difficult. And then I kind of finished off doing recording for all of the overanalyzing series, and that's kind of made me pick up stuff I probably wouldn't normally pick up, like the amalgamate for this run, right? And then I've just seemed to either get like really good luck. I think I've done only 2 recordings for Lapis, and I did like only 2 for Hazel as well, and I managed to get the wins really quickly. And I did like over 20 for Sephara before I got a win. It was ridiculous, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. I am not gonna complain about that. But there we go, another win for the board. So we've only got Azar to do, so I guess that is the next one to go. Regardless, as long as we get past like that second boss, I will always put the videos up anyway, so you never know what will happen until we finish. But again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.